Imagine 19 morbidly obese Russian princes suddenly wide awake as a dead swan detonates at the dinner table. 1689. St. Petersburg. Chef de cuisine François Laverin presents Tsar Peter's court with his masterpiece. A bustard stuffed with a turkey, stuffed with a goose, stuffed with a pheasant, stuffed with a duck, ad infinitum down to a hummingbird containing 5 pounds of mercury-drenched foie gras. The piece de resistance. Live songbirds sewn into the cavity who were supposed to flutter out singing El Internationale when sliced. Spoiler, they didn't sing. They exploded. The gastronomic depth charge stalled mid-carving when fermented pigeon juices ignited methane from the rotting ptarmigan innards. 3 counts of spontaneous poultry combustion later, the pheasants, now resembling feathered shrapnel, rocketed through a stained glass window depicting the Last Supper. Archbishop Nikonovich lost an eye to a projectile parakeet. Historians still debate whether Count Yusupov's final words were, "the apricots," or "my wig's on fire." Now picture your dumbest cousin attempting TikTok's Galaxy Burger Challenge. Multiply that hubris by Romanov cash and French sadism. These were men who'd lick mercury off spoons for fun, yet even they flinched at a main course requiring fire brigades on standby. The dish, christened Roti Sans Pareil or roast without equal, wasn't food. It was Darwinism politely handing aristocrats a lit match in a gunpowder warehouse. Let's autopsy this culinary hydra. Method: sew smaller birds alive into larger ones so their panicked flapping would tenderize the meat. A theory as logical as my ex-wife Karen's pyramid scheme phase. Physics Fact 1. Rotting fowl produce hydrogen sulfide. Fact 2. Cramming 17 carcasses together creates a pressure cooker prime to redecorate Versailles ceilings with giblets. By dessert service, guests were less bon vivant and more chemically exfoliated by flying beak fragments. The punchline: they kept ordering it. For decades. After Yusupov's barbecue incident, Catherine the Great allegedly commissioned another one topped with live flamingos because rumor said feathers neutralize stomach acid. They didn't. Much like modern crypto bros investing in Dogecoin, Russian royalty treated self-preservation as a suggestion. Witness humanity's crowning achievement: a dish requiring hazmat suits and avian SWAT teams. The original recipe literally included 15 pounds of lard per digestible ounce and instructions to bury in horse manure for 3 days to enhance bouquet. And we wonder why revolutions happened. But the anonymous French sadist who first spat out, "Let's escalate this poultry nesting doll into an OSHA violation," deserves his own Darwin Award. Picture a chef so terminally bored of single-species roasting, he became culinary Sisyphus, eternally shoving smaller carcasses into larger ones, screaming encore at God like a Karen demanding a Whole Foods manager. His breakthrough: realizing that static poultry turducken lacked je ne sais quoi. His solution: install a grooved iron duck wheel connected to a hand-cranked pulley system so the widgeon inside the pheasant inside the goose could trot like tiny meat hamsters. Think Keurig for gout. His Roue de Canard resembled a medieval torture device borrowed from a rejected Saw sequel. If Gordon Ramsay ever found this in a kitchen, he'd self-immolate out of professional shame. The science was grotesquely flawed. By forcing the internal birds to perpetually waddle against iron rungs, their panic-induced adrenaline would allegedly distribute fat evenly. In reality, it turned their insides into a centrifugal force smoothie. One wrong crank speed and you'd redecorate your pantry walls with a Jackson Pollock of gizzard confetti. Archimedes screamed, "Give me a lever long enough and I shall move the world." But this bastard screamed, "Give me a pulley greased with duck fat and I shall invent poultry Chernobyl." The absurdity metastasized. When chefs discovered cranking by hand caused muscle fatigue, they replaced humans with donkeys. Yes, actual donkeys, hitched to a hamster wheel, blindfolded, and made to plod in circles for 6 hours while birds ricocheted inside their feathered sarcophagus. The Humane Society would have had aneurysms if they weren't busy protesting guillotine tail designs. Food historians whisper about a prototype involving a water wheel and enslaved otters, but those archives mysteriously burned. along with 3 apprentice chefs who learned thermodynamics via explosive decompression when a partridge ruptured from pigeon overpressure. Consider the cognitive dissonance. These psycho-culinarians operated with surgical precision, using silver thread to suture quails into sandpipers, basting each layer with truffle-infused foie gras lard, while simultaneously ignoring basic biology. Sewing birds alive so their death throes would massage the meat ranks up there with curing cholera by drinking mercury smoothies. A noble at Louis Roman XIV court described watching a demo as witnessing a gastronomic Russian doll that screams, a matryoshka of moist despair. The dish was never about flavor. Like NFTs or Kardashian skincare lines, Roti Sans Pareil existed solely because obscene wealth demands increasingly stupid flexes. The original manuscript specifies that after the 7th bird layer, chefs must insert a golden egg-laying goose automaton for symbolic enrichment. Oh, and the outer turkey had to be glazed with 180-proof cognac so flaming arrows could ignite at tableside. Performance art for a crowd that nightly pissed away peasant lifetimes in gambling debts. Chef Monsieur, oops all livers, never got famous. History erased him like a crumb swept off a Marie Antoinette placemat. He died penniless, choking on a chicken bone. Poetic justice for a man who spent his life engineering waterfowl hydraulic systems while ignoring basic cause and effect. Modernity's parallel. Influencers deep-frying iPhones for views. Evolution's a flat circle, spinning on an axis greased with hubris and duck fat. The Culinary abattoir, a revised delicacy, when insanity gripped those chef madmen. The precise moment they discovered emu vertebrae possessed greater fortitude than IKEA particle board, yet defied all laws of avian geometry. Culinary innovation mutated into clinical dementia. Picture a deranged engineer attempting to calculus a howitzer into a gnat's thorax while screeching about Euclidean weaklings. That lunatic fervor fueled these kitchen jihadists. They didn't iterate. They weaponized, conscripting blacksmiths to forge hummingbird-sized crushers previously used to pulverize rebel kneecaps during the bread riots of 1620. Sweeney Todd meets Frankenstein's rejected drafts. Enter gastrotrauma. If the quail and pigeon and snipe abomination dared gag, engage the hydraulic press. Guild scrolls recovered from a Parisian sewer site, mandibular torque tolerances, and passerine implosion ratios. A sous chef's charred journal entry whimpers. Master Jacques replaced the duck lard with rendered badger. The scullery now resembles a trench-foot infirmary. Not since Vlad Tepes' dinner parties had agony been so integral to the recipe. Our modern analog. Tech ghouls training chatbots on snuff films because morality impedes disruption. Hubris wears an apron now. Catastrophe was inevitable. The Great Strasbourg Poultry detonation of 1691 launched a pressurized pheasant through a duke's sternum, its gizzard packed with flaming truffles that ignited the papal envoy's toupee. Officially, combustible waterfowl. My second wife's divorce attorney employed similar semantics when arguing her accidental arsenic soufflé was merely underseasoned. Denial is humanity's finest garnish. Faced with physics betrayal, chefs escalated to Baroque sadism. Manuscripts depict them reverse-stitching owl gullets with catgut while reciting hexes, a meat origami visible only to the absinthe-blinded. A bishop famously praised the Lovecraftian plating as his concubine defiled a reliquary with projectile vomit. Their magnum opus, pumping sparrows with fermented eel bile to lubricate existential dread. Result: exploding feather shrapnel. Failed alchemists wore better protective gear. The piece de resistance is flaw, the clockwork egg, wound too tight, its gold-plated shell rocketing yolks like boiling napalm across kitchens. Scullions bore welt patterns later studied as culinary cartography. Masters deemed it pedagogy. Today's corollary, crypto incels praising persistence, while their metaverse deeds dissolve into ether. Delusion is a renewable resource. Thermodynamics delivered the coup de grace. 16 nested corvids, conducted heat like a snowman in a blast furnace, outer layers carbonized, innards pulsed with Salmonella typhimurium's vibrant tang. An archduke's demise was logged as divine dysentery. Coroner's note, gasped for seconds mid-seizure, true gourmand. And the climax, igniting the brandy-drenched monstrosity via flame arrow, fired by the king's narcoleptic fool. Let history note, combining grease-fire physics, fermenting offal, and a half-blind pyromaniac with nothing left to lose isn't cuisine. It's performance art for the damned. Dr. Sardonicus's revision. Every narcoleptic's arrow strikes when REM cycles implode. Imagine Ivy League drones calibrating orbital death rays. This soused court jester scored higher. Brandy glaze detonated with thoracic heat force. Royals roared as the 17-layer monstrosity bloomed into Chernobyl's bakery project. Their folly, expecting cuisine to respect physics. Thermodynamics, cosmic hall monitor decreed. Jam flamingo into peacock, shove owl inside that and you've engineered Cretaceous-era shrapnel. Gas expansion wasn't science. It was Viking funeral pyre meets catapult. The crystal crane, yeeted skyward. Target, Duchess Maria Pavlova's Versailles hairdreed bouffant. Reality flatlined. Wig fused with liquefied grouse lard. Court painters dubbed it Baroque napalm realness. Modern equivalent, tech bros searing yacht decks with lithium-ion flamethrowers for the gram. Enter shrapnel o'clock. Goose gullets, gold-embroidered meat pipes exploded, slinging ribs like ivory-throwing knives. A baron's monocle lodged in a duke's femoral artery. Bravo, Matador. He cheered pre-gangrene. The clockwork egg. Now shrapnel piñata dousing cardinals in hell broth yolks. One plopped into a papal chalice. Transubstantiation or E. coli. Theological debate pending. Fat monsooned. Nobles Bella slid through congealing demiglace as candle wax hail merged with gravy baptism. Footmen, lubed in fermented hagfish slime, hydroplaned over offal. A countess's 40-pound taffeta train ignited, blamed on divine radiance. A 2024 version, TikTokers deep-frying phone charger burritos for clout. Darwin's martini glass clinks. Survivor's note, flaming peacock tendons recoil faster than shame. A viscount lost an eye to a quail femur la mort. Final sight. Chef foie gras howling, gastronomy is war. While pheasant ossuaries shredded his spleen. Funeral costs exceeded Versailles' defense budget. Finale. Tumbling candle meets brandy river. Flames lick the royal cyanide stash. Marie Antoinette's spaniel, now a duck-fat missile. Cannonballs through Louis Roman XIV brigade nightmare. Coronation portrait now abstract barbecue, collector's edition, blockchain-certified arson NFTs. While nobles shriek the macabre minuet, Maria Pavlova, skullcap smoldering, demands the recipe. Why? MVP needs testing. Startup culture's epitaph. Beyond the gates, peasants gnaw scorched owl femurs, poetic justice. The guillotine brunches on filet de aristocrat, unverified meta patent pending. Smugness to thermal energy conversion. Edits applied. Cliché nuked. Tapestry, right arrow Louis Roman XIV brigade nightmare. The massacre. Opened with every day or action verbs to avoid repetitive articles. Punchier/darker. Upgraded violence, added Silicon Valley nihilism. Funnier, Deaf and Fire T, right arrow Baroque napalm realness. Gastronomy is war. Post-flambe psych reports show billionaires still crave that crispy prestige CPR combo. Critical praise radiation. 12 days ago in Dubai, a crypto fish lord paid $14,000 for a biodynamically coddled chicken supposedly hatched from Fabergé Smart Eggs trademark. Autopsy revealed 4 drumsticks and genetically modified rapid onset lactose intolerance to justify gold leaf mac and cheese stuffing. Your caveman brain thinks this is new. Wrong. Louis Roman XV taxed peasants extra for distress pheromone marinade from starving geese. Value add. But why risk gigadeath in 2024? Blame 2 words, bespoke FOMO. That muskrat imperative. If it's logistically unhinged, someone will inject it with truffle serum. Silicon Valley incubators literally raided Colonel Sanders' grave in 2019 to harvest legacy crunch algorithms. Failed. UI tests confirmed his fingers were just regular flammable. Modern workaround. Chef Marcel Elmer Pritzky art directs meat puppetry nightmares by seam welding heritage birds with Kobe beef tendons. But watch the instario closely. 76 seconds in when he whisks that goose carcass cavity. That's where the Palace Garden takeout duck gets airlifted in. Cavity search indeed. Dark Kitchen's now franchise Ottoman Empire. Deep fry entire udon nests inside hollow chickens. Secret police bonus. Inspectors mistake it for avant-garde food poisoning. Survival tip. Humans equate suffering with worth. Medieval serfs got scurvy waddles. Tech bros demand heritage yaks hand massaged by PhDs fisted in miso paste. Last Tuesday's dark web bidding war saw Zuckerberg's MetaChef win a ninja-raised quail who only ate rejected Bollywood scripts. Irony. The bird died mid-shoot for a gluten-free Buria collab. Gwyneth Paltrow sent sympathy beeswax. And here's our biochemical crescendo, hoax reciprocity. Every grotesque feast must breed fraudsters' reverse engineering trauma. That $14K Dubai chicken. 3 Michelin interns admit they basted it in lab-grown hyena musk to amplify je ne sais quoi outrage. Omnidirectional grift. If you're salivating, dare you attempt the abyss. DIY protocol. Steal a Costco rotisserie chicken. Hollow out its dignity with hedge clippers. Deep fry an XL buffalo wing underneath while live streaming an argument about NFTs. Your ancestors died hungry so you could endorse this carny trench through monetized decadence. Genesis block. Famine simulation meal kits drop Q3 2024. Pre-order your genetically obese crow tenders now. Disrupt responsibly, or don't. Darwin left comments open.